We all love finding that perfect book and a great cup of coffee, right? But what if your next Books and Bites visit did more than just fill your afternoon? What if it helped to fuel a vital community hub, a place where local authors are launched, conversations begin, and everyone has a seat at the table? Today, we're joined by the incredible A Seat at the Table Books in Elk Grove to show how supporting them enriches our entire community. Let's welcome Emily Audenreith and Shay Robison. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Emily, what was the dream behind creating A Seat at the Table? Why was it so important to combine books, coffee, and community all under one roof?
As someone who grew up in not as accepting of an environment and learned how to understand other people's lives and experiences mostly through books, I saw a real need in Elk Grove for a community space that could be built on the power of books and also create opportunities for us to connect with each other in new ways.
So I think it's great that you're doing that. And I can understand in a world of the online world and chains everywhere, it can be a little bit challenging. So what makes the experience at your store something really significant?
I'm a huge believer in the power of local everywhere I go. I love to visit indie bookstores and indie coffee shops because the power of community is, I think, what's going to get us through everything that's so hard about the world today. Being able to build those connections with each other, understand our experiences, that's where the hope is.
Yeah, and I mean, you are creating that community. You're also known for your book clubs. So how many different groups do you host, and what's on the upcoming list that has everyone excited?
Yeah, so we actually have 9 book clubs. Incredible. You can find there's something for everyone. But we also are an event venue, and that's what we're really excited to talk about today. February is the month of love, and so we're going to be celebrating in a lot of different ways, but we have a Hotties and Hops dating mixer on the 6th, so you can come find your date with us.
Love the name of that.
Thank you. And then we also are going to do date night at the bookstore on actual Valentine's Day, and we have events all that weekend. We're also going big for Black History and Future Month, and we'll have events all month long for that.
Okay, so a lot of book clubs that people can enjoy. You know, it is my New Year's resolution to read more books, so I gotta come down.
Come hit us
there
up,
we go.
Please do.
We've got you.
All right, and then we have to put you on the spot. I mean, we have food here as well too, books and bites. So
Yes,
if you were making your absolute favorite item, what would be some of those things?
Yeah, so we are a full espresso bar, so you can find your go-to like a vanilla latte with cold foam. You also can find a specialty menu handcrafted by our lead barista. This is our pistachio matcha.
Is that that has to be a winner.
It is so good. And yes, we have alcohol, so come hang out with us, get your mimosas, kombucha, beer, wine. Sample our pastries, and all of our coffee is from Anchor and Tree. They're a local family-owned coffee collective that's incredible, and they use an eco roaster, and so that's one of the things we like to share with people.
Yeah, I can tell you really care about community, keeping things local. Let's talk about the third space idea. How do you create an environment where everyone feels welcome, safe, and inspired to connect?
In a third space, you belong. You belong at your home, you belong at your work, and then you belong at A Seat at the Table Books. A lot of that has to do with how rooted we are in our community. We are living in Elk Grove. Our manager is an author in the community, and everything that we do is informed by what the people that are coming into our store and spending time with us really care about.
And then how does the store actively support and highlight authors from right here in our community, which is super cool?
Ooh, we have so much.
Yeah.
So as you just heard Emily say, we hype our local authors and are so excited. We have worked really hard on expanding our local author selection. We have a local author fair twice a year. The next one's coming up January 24th. But we have 20 authors, and we keep having to expand the event because we keep getting so much excitement.
Yeah.
And our curated selection, both in the local author shelf, but also across the store, you really can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, and then you have a nonprofit arm as well. How does that work extend your mission beyond the bookstore shelves?
Our nonprofit is A Seat at the Table Community Initiative, and that's because it's really about serving the community. Our nonprofit has led our story times for several years, received a grant from SMUD to do the STEAM Creator Academy this past year, and is also leading our open mics, our self-sufficiency workshops, and our science cafes. So it's really there to further give everyone a seat at the table and bring in a lot of community energy.
Yes, and you're bringing in a lot of people. I was told I got to ask you about author Michael Threeks.
We are so honored that Michael Threets told his publisher we are dear to his heart, and he wanted us on his 5-store book tour. Oh, wow. We are the only West Coast stop, and although it is sold out, we are able to sell signed copies of the book after the event, so you can get Michael Threets' own signature. And he's just such a joyful person, so to be on his list of stores really means a lot about how we're fulfilling that mission.
There we go. That's why people got to come out to A Seat at the Table. Thank you both for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.
You.
Of course, I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. You can enjoy books, bites, and your seat at the table. For more info, visit A Seat at the Table Bookstore, aseatathetablebooks.org.